I'm gonna keep it to myself, but things look pretty bright.
Okay.
That's good.
And I'll tell you what, he knew what he was talking about.
Really?
I mean, it's scary.
Is it really?
It's scary because he started naming off some things in my life that
you knew about?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying, right?
And I'm going, hey. I mean, I never believed in this stuff. I'm not kidding. Until today. I mean, he doesn't. You can't guess and get lucky that many times.
Yeah. I would think you could be lucky on a couple of things, but well, that's good.
I'm glad I came here. Appreciate it, Greg. I see family relationships, what are you talking about, and then bam, I'm thinking, my in-laws are there, And then he tells me something about them that's totally correct, that only I would know.
Right.
And then he goes into baseball, he goes in what I've been doing. I'm just going.
Did you mention anything about your past being in football? Did you do anything in football?
He just mentioned that this is a big change for me, in baseball, and this is, a big year coming up. And he might have read the paper or something, but he started talking about, I'm real anxious about trying to take over for something, or do something. And I'm kind of like, he knew about what he's talking about, I'll tell you that. Jeez.
Interesting.
It's a nice card, let's put it that way.
Well, I'd never been to one before, so it was pretty interesting. She started right off by saying that she wasn't a fortune teller, but she did see things in the past, and she said she saw a lot of people from the spiritual side, because she says she doesn't like to call them dead. Yeah. So she started off by saying that somebody died from cancer, which was my dad's mother. She looked at my chest and saw this big 4-leaf clover, which most of her family is Irish. So I said, oh, that's pretty close. She said I was going to be signing some legal documents in the near future, which could be interesting. She made comments to me that my dad's mother is raising my infant sister who died back when I was in 8th grade, so that I can go back and tell my parents that she's raising the baby, which is pretty interesting. She saw that not too many people in my family take care of themselves, which she was dead on. She said that my dad should think about taking better care of himself, because my grandfather died of emphysema, so that she said he wasn't around as much as he would have liked to have been, so that he could be alive with everybody, so that my dad should take better care of himself. She said that my grandfather said she saw him repeatedly patting me on the head and back and saying that he was proud of me, and that I should go get the watch he gave me before he died and hold it, so that anytime I feel like things aren't going right, I can hold it and get some spiritual power.
Do you have a watch?
I have it back in my home, and it's the one that he gave me. And she said that back when I took a year off from school, I was right to do that, just to have everything rest and get my self together, so that I can go back and finish well. And that so since I've done that, things are gonna move along pretty quickly. She said she didn't see me getting married for about another 7 years. So I was quick to ask her. I said, "Well, will there be dates in there somewhere?" I don't want to. My dates are too far apart. I don't need to go through 7 more years of my life with that. She goes, "Oh, you'll have girlfriends in there. Don't worry about it." I said, "Okay." Whew. So she said, but I was mostly interested in the legal documents that she was talking about. So I asked her about the music thing, and she said that there was things in the future. She said she saw a lot of people, teammates, giving me razzing. Good-natured razzing. I said, well, since I'm the mascot, the players, she goes, it's all good-natured. And I said they like to just give you a little push. She goes, you don't get too much confidence building from the administration of where you work. And I said, well, that's true too. So most of the stuff she said was pretty clear. I asked her if I was going to be bald. She said I'd probably stay as I am. So I was like, whew, thank God. So other than that, I mean, it was a fast half an hour. I wish I could have stayed longer. Yeah. So, but then she kept asking me if I wanted to ask them questions, and like people from the spiritual side. I really didn't know what to ask. I could say, so what are you doing now? Yeah. You working? Do you have TV up there? Or so. Other than that, it was pretty good. So I enjoyed it. I'd like to try it again. So that's about it.
Good experience.
Absolutely, it was worth it.
That's terrific. Talk to us about the music aspect of it.
Well, I played drums for about 18 years now. I'm 22. My drum teacher was Carmine Appice. He used to play with Rod Stewart, Vanilla Fudge back in the 60s. And then he played recently with a hard rock band called Blue Murder with a couple of former Whitesnake members and a bass player from the Firm. But I wrote him a song. I wrote a song that he looked at a couple summers ago, and he said he wanted to take it to see if he could work on it and maybe have some possibilities with it. And he found out that it was worthy of being put on an album. So he asked me if he knew how well I'd learned, because my drum teacher is a legend. He writes all these books and things like that. So he asked me if I wanted to play on his album. Well, obviously I couldn't turn that down. I was going to get paid $15,000 for 10 days work. So at 22, you can use all the money you can get. Al. So then, in the middle of September, I flew up to Vancouver and got to ride on David Geffen's private jet. He's a billionaire. He owns ABC TV and everything else. So then I spent 10 long days working maybe 18 hours straight. You know, not getting too much rest in between, because you got things to do when you're in there. It's a complicated process recording an album, and it was probably the best experience of my life so far. I got to hang out with members from Aerosmith. I met Mariah Carey, who I melted in front of, and she's the same age I am. So just meeting the different musicians and making contacts like that, it's been a dream of mine. The only discouraging thing is that she said maybe it might stay on the side. So I said, oh, but it's been a dream of mine, so that's been pretty exciting for me. So I figured, even though it didn't go through, I'm quite young, so I've got the rest of my life to worry about it. So we'll see what happens.
I don't know. I'm not gonna be with the Bisons all year.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I'm joining another team.
Okay.
Maybe the Pirates. She's not for sure. I'm joining another team. She doesn't know if this is in spring training or when, but just sometime I'm joining another team. I said, good, I might be going to the big leagues. My baby's healthy. She doesn't know what it is. She's leaning towards a girl. We kind of think it's a boy. She says that doesn't matter. It's healthy. My wife has been having some back pains, which she was. I got her a physical therapist. But her back's going to be better. She's going to have a short labor.
That's good.
Yeah. She'll be happy now. She needs to start walking a little bit more. And Al's going to get off to a little bit of a slow start. But he needs to stay focused. If he stays focused and keeps his mind on it, and if he concentrates, something, he'll get off. It'll help him when he starts. So.
What else you say about you?
Oh man, I was getting off me as soon as I could. I had a healthy baby and I didn't want to push it. A healthy baby, and I'm leaving the Bison sometime. That's all I need to know. I asked if Al was going to make a lot of money this year. She went, pfft. She doesn't know.
Good experience?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Did you ask her a lot of questions?
No. Spirits were around too much. They were everywhere.
She say she's,
She goes, hold on,
spiritual side.
She had me hold out my hands.
Yeah.
And then she goes,
the energy
for
should go right through the palms.
And I said, I feel it. And she goes, she goes, I knew you would. She was like,
out.
She was like, this, I told you. Like, she really bought it when I did that. I was like, I feel it.